there was a couple that actually accused him and his wife, Tiny, of sexual assault back in
Right.
2005, literally almost 20 years ago, like 19 years. So the judge in California actually dismisses the sexual assault case against Tiny and Ti. So what do you think about that shit, man? I mean, like 19 years ago, we seen this shit over and over again. Where
Yeah, the only thing about that, see, like my
uh
shit is once you wait that long, it's kind of like hard to defer because it's like it's either you gonna tell right away or you're not gonna tell at all. Niggas don't wait years later to say something. You see what I'm saying? It don't go that way.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
I understand there's a lot of people. I'm not denying it. There's a lot of people that come with after 20 years of saying you did that shit to them, and then you didn't do it because they only after the money. But you gotta understand.
Right, I'm talking about real people, that real
Listen, yeah,
victims.
but there's some people that say you did that shit to me 20 years ago. You really did it. It's because you gotta understand. Like 20 years ago, the law was totally different. A lot of shit these niggas was doing in the 90s or early 2000, it was considered normal. Now people are looking at it like shit, man. This is some diabolical shit. This is sexual deviant type of shit. You know what I'm saying? What I was taking advantage of, and then they say, man, like I gotta do something about it. Or at the time, these people know they were being violated, but they were too weak. They were not strong enough to come forward and say Ti and Tiny did something to me. And then now they feel like, man, I'm because of Me Too or the law that passed to protect women, and they feel like, man, I can bring my case to the public. Don't you think?
Like I said, to me, as a former victim, is if
Mhm.
you tell right away or you don't say shit. You don't come out 20 years later. Now, if you telling just to rectify, just to let it be known that that person did that to you, so you can stop him from or stop her from doing it to other people, yeah. But if you're seeking money 20 years later or you seeking currency for that, no, it doesn't work like that. Real victims don't do that. They either tell when it happens, or tell someone close, or they don't say nothing to nobody.
Okay, do you know? Okay, do you know why usually the people actually do this, go the civil route in the criminal route? I'm gonna tell you why. Let's say a person done something terrible to me, like back in 2000,
Mhm.
20 years, like 2004, 20 years later. There won't be no evidence to prove that person did that to me.
Right.
Okay? And then the person feel like, man, I was the victim. I cannot put this person in jail because it's been so long. But at least we compensated. That's the word. We
Compensated.
compensated for what happened to me. And then
Nobody
usually
thinks like that.
money.
Nobody
People
thinks
do.
compensation.
If
No,
they
they
didn't think
don't.
like that, why they will go
Victims don't
civil
think that.
court?
Victims think I want to
Huh?
let you. I want to embarrass you. I want to let you be known that you did that. And you ain't gotta have no proof. Just confronting them and letting them see you and letting them know that you remember them is enough. You can see it in their face when you confront them and you say the shit that you say that they did that shit. So you can miss me with that bullshit that you talking about. That shit is crazy.
But it's not crazy, bro. I don't
It
think
is crazy the way you're talking.
bro, I don't think it clicked for
The
you,
way
bro.
you're talking is crazy.
Okay, here's the thing, bro. Because there's law in United States. If you grape, let's say grape, we're on YouTube. If you grape
Mhm.
somebody, there's a like a limitation. How do you call this thing? Like a
Statute of
limitation.
limitation.
Yeah, so there's a limitation to it. I think it's some
There's a
places 5
statute of
years.
limitation on everything except murder.
That's what I'm saying. If you kill somebody, 40 years, 50 years, they can come get you. But let's say you grape somebody, bro, and then you report it after 20 years. This person not gonna go to jail for that.
He's not.
But if you want justice, you look at it, man. Is the only justice you can get is the money. Is the money,
But what I'm
man.
saying is, but let me ask you this.
Because
But
here's
what
the
I'm,
thing.
but
The
what
reason why I will let you speak. The reason why you
Mhm,
look at the money because you don't know how this person been feeling
mhm.
living for his whole life. Maybe they couldn't go to work because of what you done to them. They've been paranoid. They've been spend money on like counseling. They spend money and things to get help to become a better person to deal with the trauma that the, the I mean you put on them, and then they feel, man,
Mhm.
I need to compensate it for all that because you're the one that caused all that.
When you say it like that in situations like that, I understand that, but that's not the norm. That's not the norm. You're coming up with exceptional exceptions to the rules. The average abuser or the average user that's been abused or victimized is not doing that.
Hmm.
So you're trying to justify some means that does not apply.
I don't understand.
Most of us, yeah, because most of us, did you go to therapy for your shit?
No.
I didn't go to therapy for my shit either. Most of us don't go to
You-
therapy for
right,
our shit.
because
We
this is
just
the
go
same.
through life without it. So what are you
Yeah,
talking
because
about
we don't
spending
have.
money to get compensated for the money that you spent for somebody that did something to you? You didn't spend
Listen,
no money on that. You
hey,
continue to live your life, bro, and
women,
you was just fucked
I
up.
don't. You miss one thing. You miss one thing. Me and you, we men.
Yes,
Listen,
we are.
me and you, we men. When shit like that happen, like I said, that shit happened to me like many times when I was a kid. You say it happened to you too. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing: when we boys, shit happened to us, but we don't tell people because we feel like they've been putting in on our head, man. It's weak. You gotta be strong. You gotta be this. But these people, they literally do that to women, and then you
No,
gotta
I
understand,
understand, but it
women,
goes.
women, bro, women will tell the story because the world will listen. But if me and you, we come tell the world what happened to us, there's some people that's gonna look at us, man, like, and mostly if it's a woman that do that to you, they will look at it, man. You enjoy that shit, and then why you crying right now? A lot of people won't care if me and you come say somebody did that to us. But if a woman say a person did that to them, they will listen. So that's why women is more like to come forward to tell the story or to go somewhere to get help. Also, we're not gonna go nowhere to get help because we feel like, man, nobody gonna understand that because we men. The world been telling us we have to be strong, we have to be tough, no
I
matter what.
understand that, but like I said, for women, it goes the same way.
It
Either
doesn't.
you gonna tell or you're not. There is no waiting 20 years. Everybody who's the Me Too, most of them is trying to get paid. That's my
Yeah,
personal
some of
opinion.
them,
That's not
some
fact.
of them,
That's my
some of
personal opinion. That's not
some of
fact.
them,
That's my personal opinion.
some of them do. I agree. There's a lot of them. It's not
No, not
true.
some of them, most of them.
I don't know that for a fact, so I wouldn't say most of them. So, but I
But you
do
don't
understand.
know it's some for a fact either, but you're saying
Huh?
some. But you don't know it's some for a fact either, but you're saying some. You're picking some, and I'm
Is why
picking
I said
more.
some. Is why I said some because we know, bro. You love hip hop. I love hip hop. You've been following hip hop. I've been following hip hop. We know how these niggas was living in '90s and early 2000s. We know that they were living reckless.
And it was
Women
just it was since
was going
before
on.
that.
So we have to. We know that if they were living, if we could see it, if that shit was in front of us, we know they might have done some stupid. And then a lot of them actually snitch on themselves in their musics. I say music, in their music. So that's why I'm saying some of them actually, when they say that should happen to me, it's real. But I understand a lot of them is the lying for the money. So I understand that too. You see what I'm saying?
But it's too much to decipher. It's too much to.
So let's we're gonna stay on
So
AI.
a lot of motherfuckers is gonna get their shit discarded. It's a lot of motherfuckers who actually said, who actually got done, that they said that their stories got done to them. It was too many stories that was kind of like the same. You know what I'm saying? Like getting drugged, getting flown out, and getting left, getting G, getting left on the floor, getting drugged, and whatever. It was too many of those same type of scenarios and shit. You see what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying?
these
So
guys been saying in their music that they do it. They do it. Rick Ross actually have a
yeah,
whole
but
record
they not getting
where he was
convicted of it.
saying
So
that
what that
he did
make?
it. Huh?
You're right, but they're not getting convicted of it. So
The
what that
reason
make?
why is because the woman they don't come forward. Like I said, we were talking about a statute of like limitation, bro. Like they don't come forward right away
That's
because at the
my
time
key point. You keep
it
you
was
keep
okay.
You
because at
keep
that time,
agreeing with me, but saying you're not agreeing with me. You keep agreeing with me, but acting like you're not agreeing with me.
let's move on.
It's either
Let's
you telling or you're not telling. That's pretty
bro.
much what you're saying.
But here's the
It's
thing,
either
bro.
you gonna tell or
Let me
you're
ask you a
not.
question. If somebody did something terrible to you, and then you feel like, man, I cannot put this person in jail, but I can at least get some monetary thing from him, you wouldn't do it for your struggle, for the thing that they put you through. You know, if you were able to put that person in jail, I think you will do it. Because I feel like if these people feel like, man, after 20 years, if I could just put this person in jail for raping me or for sexual assaulting me, I will go this route. But just because there's like limitation to it, now I have to go for the money because that's the only thing that can make me
So
feel.
that's not all right. All right. So that's what I'm not understanding either. So all right, you say that if it's a statute of limitation and I can't go after it for because it happened too long ago, then I might as well go after the money. How does that work? Because if it's too long to get the conviction for what you did, it should be too long to get money for it too, because it happened too long ago. So how the fuck can't get justification for what happened to me, but I
This
can
is what
get
I
compensation for what happened to me?
most of
That
these
don't make
people.
sense.
That's why I tell you, most of these people they settle without going to court. They settle without even going to court. So that's why these people say, man, most likely he's not gonna fight it because he don't want his name to be in public as a sexual deviant. So he's gonna settle that shit behind the scene where you and I, TMZ, CNN, nobody gonna know about it. It's gonna be between him and the victim and the lawyers. And then they're gonna make the deal. Nobody in the public will know about it. And then that's it. So that's why they say, man, yeah, that's what it is. Bro, I swear to God, bro, if Diddy
See,
actually
am
paid
I?
Cassie that
Am I?
30 million, that shit Diddy will never be in that situation right now, bro.
The outside, I'm just giving you my personal opinion. This is not fact. This is just me observing life and how life has been and how I observe people. Because I read people, I don't even have to know you. I could just watch how you talk, watch how you walk, and pretty much get a read on you. Outside of personal, like say he, or like outside of he say, she say. When I say that, I mean like you go out with a woman and y'all do whatever y'all do, and then she come back and say you did something to her that she said no to, and you force her to do something that she said no to. Outside of that, outside of those allegations, any other type of fucked up allegation, whether it's child pornography or pedophilia or sex trafficking or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
if your name has been alleged with that, you don't just get alleged with that. That's not just how that works. Those type of shit, you can't just get, that can't just be a coincidence. You don't, those are not coincidence allegations.
No,
So
no, no.
if you get alleged with those,
Oh,
it's a firm possibility that it's positive that you was with that shit. That's my personal opinion.
Bro. You're talking about like child pornography. Of
I don't
course,
care what it is.
If the police, if they come, they say, man, you've done that. Of course, you done it because they're gonna probably see it in your computer, on your phones. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way to deny that. But when it comes to a bitch, a grown woman comes saying that you did that shit to them, bro, in 20 years ago, like where they gonna find this proof? Because that shit was not recorded in no cell phone, no, there was no high drive to save it, nothing.